they have to have something that's got a very good reputation, because that's how they get the good story to tell. And you want one that's dominant in that sector or whatever it is. What company could possibly duplicate what is being done by some of the companies in that business? For example, when you look at those dominant companies, could somebody come in and suddenly create an instant rival to McDonald's or Walmart or ExxonMobil, for example? Any one of those three, any one of those stocks. Some of those that are the dominant ones that would be very hard to duplicate, they kind of have the market to themselves. I think a situation for many companies that's more problematical. They may have something good. They may have overexpanded at the wrong time. They overextended themselves. I think debt is going to be a big issue for some companies, and I think that's probably going to go on for several years yet, because I don't think all the debt issues are all resolved. You hear about things that are coming up. Are they going to be able to refinance? How are they going to handle this debt? And there are probably going to be some companies that are going to get knocked down by the fact they have too much debt. They can't handle it, and they won't be able to survive. And also, like we were looking at ExxonMobil at that chart, a chart that kind of has gotten oversold. Everybody's down on it. Something has happened. There may be some event that happened. Obviously, British Petroleum is in the eye of all that storm, but what about some of the companies that are related to it? Maybe it's not Halliburton, maybe it's not Transocean. Some of those have really been beaten down, the related stocks that may be good opportunities after they've been through the ringer for a little while, and you kind of watch for those opportunities when they're ready to turn back up. And then obviously, of course, as we've been talking about in this webinar, you need to have some kind of an indicators that will forecast when the time is coming, when is that turn occurring. When it's on the bottom on the chart, but is that the bottom, or is it just kind of an ongoing move? So you want to watch the indicators. What do they say? What does the short-term forecast look like when it moves up, or if you're able to short stocks or sell or buy puts or something like that, when is it going down? Those kinds of things. Need to watch indicators, need to watch chart, because there's not a lot you're going to be able to do about stopping that oil leak in the Gulf, not a lot you're going to be able to do about resolving all the issues they have in Europe over the like Greece and Spain and all those kinds of situations. But you have your charts and you have your indicators. Now, if you have any questions that you would like to ask about, again, as I said, I am not going to be a Jim Cramer. I'm not going to be a buy, sell, hold on an individual stock. I'm more familiar with looking at the overall market, more familiar with looking at it from a future side, looking at it from the standpoint of, what direction there is already kind of determined, but then how do I get on that direction? How do I use my software to be able to capitalize on a move that I see? There are, including in Vantage Point, they do have screening capabilities where you can go through, determine some of those stocks. You can scan for opportunities, find the stocks that work for you, that have that meet your parameters, and those are the ones you want to focus on. But that's kind of a whole webinar of a whole different area, another whole topic. I don't see any questions coming up on the screen here. Question, I say, do you use any fundamental analysis in your stock trading decision? Yes, to a certain extent I do. As I say, when I look at, for example, I'll go back to my ExxonMobil. I have thought about natural gas, had invested in a natural gas, maybe like some other people did in the UNG, United States National Gas Fund, some time ago, because it looked to me like natural gas had to be the solution to a lot of the energy problems that we're facing because of coal being dirty and oil being imported and all the other kinds of things. But lo and behold, what happened? Natural gas became excessive supplies. The pipelines are full of natural gas. Natural gas prices went down. So I got into a natural gas ETF at a not very good time. But I'm still convinced that natural gas, maybe 5 years, is looking like a good place to be. And that's why one of the reasons that I like ExxonMobil is one of the potential companies that will gain from that because they have made some big investments in the natural gas sector. And so from that standpoint, I like to look at those kind of fundamentals. They are not normally, anyway, not day-to-day type of fundamentals that we're talking about, or based upon the latest jobless numbers or anything like that, but kind of a longer term look at what is happening. There are some companies that you can see right now that are out there that I don't like to say that maybe some of the print media is obsolete, but look how much news and information is coming online. There are some things that are major transitions that are occurring in the way information is spread. There are major transitions in the way, for example, movies are delivered, things that are happening in there, that some of the technology that we have seen in the past that had a great growth period for 10, 20 years have become out of date, obsolete, and the potential to me is not really there like it is for some of the other stocks. So to that extent, yes, I do look at the fundamentals, and I'm not a whiz in fundamental analysis in terms of looking at the balance sheet and being able to read the company's annual reports and determining which ones of these are going to really do well, and if you can believe all those statements, which ones are the ones that I ought to be buying on the basis of that kind of fundamental analysis. Okay, seeing no other questions out there, I do want to just let you know that we do have a series of webinars that we have been doing that are archived on the website on TraderPlanet.com, as Darrell mentioned, and also that there will be other webinars that we're doing on a regular basis for the next few months. Welcome you to attend some of those. And in the meantime, I thank you for attending this webinar. I look forward to seeing you at other webinars in the future. Turn it back over to you, Darla.
Thank you, Darrell. The recording for this webcast will be posted on Trader Planet later this afternoon, and we have made arrangements to email the link to everyone who has registered for this event. If you are interested in seeking further information on the software that Darrell has featured in this presentation, just select the Click Here link on this final slide. This will place a request with our friends at Market Technologies for free market forecasts and additional information on the Vantage Point intermarket analysis software. This concludes today's presentation. Thank you for attending, and all of us here at Trader Planet wish you a pleasant evening.